Okay, welcome back to another edition of Nourie's Niche, where we're working on some basic, simple, fundamental tricks that you can learn in a pretty short amount of time to expand your trick list and hopefully keep you motivated to learn some flatland tricks. So today, it's a beautiful day here in Southern Oregon. It's like 55, sunny. Just got to do a little session, and I'm excited to bring another episode of Nourie's Niche with some real fundamental basic tricks to learn. And I just got a new phone, so hopefully you're noticing maybe the quality is a little bit better. And I think that the sound might even be better. Just all around, I was really struggling because my phone was like iPhone 8, and it probably needed to be replaced 2 or 3 years ago. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I continue to think of tricks that I think would be helpful, fun, tricks that I learned early on that I just remember doing, mainly down at the beach in San Diego, at Mission Beach. I was thinking about it this morning. I used to love to do wheelies was one, bar hop, jumping over and just riding on the bars and just going no-handed. So a lot of like long rolling tricks, and then frame stands. So today I thought, why not bring back the frame stand? The bikes now are not set up quite the same. Like I'm riding a Master, so it's got a platform, so it's a lot easier. But I think there's a way to do this even without a platform. It just takes a little bit of maneuvering your position of your feet. If your seat's too low, it's going to be a little bit challenging. But I'll get into that in a bit. So today's trick is the frame stand. Don't know who first did it. Don't know who I first saw do it. Probably, I think I saw Ron Wilton. So a little quick story. Ron Wilton was riding for Haro at the time when I was when I went to my first contest in Huntington Beach. It was 1984. I mentioned this several times because this is kind of the starting point for me. And he mentioned to me that there might be an opportunity to do something with Haro, which I was thrilled. And he wasn't, in a position to share what was really going on, which was he was leaving Haro to join RL and do shows with BMX Action Trick Team. So I met Bob. Long story short, Bob sent me up to Stockton, California, and we did some shows, and that's kind of where the contract first came along, and I got on Haro. So that was October of '84, and so I just remember using or seeing Ron Wilton down at Mission Beach, and he would always do rollback 180 rollbacks to like 540 spins. He would do frame stands and can't remember what else, front hops. We haven't done front hops yet. I don't know if I can do front hops very well these days, but maybe we'll do that another time. So onward and upward. We're going to do frame stands today. This is kind of a fun trick, pretty showy, pretty easy. You could learn this in probably one session, maybe two. It's all about kind of just making sure you can pinch the seat with your legs and your foot position. But here it goes. And I'm not sure how wide this camera is. If it's long, it's much wider. Let's see. Yeah, because you want to do a pretty long frame stand. So here's how I go. I just jump up onto the frame. I put my left foot on the left side, the right foot, and then I just take my hands off. Boom, that's the frame stand. I'll do another one. It's going to be even easier. Like I have this quick release seat clamp, which makes it really easy, but it's going to be even easier if your seat's really high up, because it's easier to pinch your legs around it to hold it. So left foot is going to be kind of wedging towards the right, and the right foot to the left, and then I take my hands off. Boom. And I think as you get more comfortable with this trick and do it for a longer period of time, it's a pretty easy one to do, like if you're in a parade or in a show, just to get some quick feedback and some applause. Not that tricky of a trick at all. So how can we break that down? I mean, first off, just make sure that you feel comfortable jumping up onto your frame. I mean, you could do it by just stepping up slowly, like you could just go like that, or like that. I always think it's kind of nice to do something quick and flashy, which would be, in my opinion, better to just, hop right up into it like so. So that's all up to you. But when I work with students in my classes, I talk about like having this energy when you're out there riding and it's showtime, and that like the performance in you comes out, so that the audience can really feed off of that. So when you're practicing it, it's one thing, but when you're actually going to do it as a performance, whatever you can do to flare it up and just give it a little pizzazz, a little personality. Sometimes I just say like put your arms out, but really extend your arms, as opposed to just energetically you want to really claim the space and claim the trick. And I've seen it work. I've seen it work where the audience response will be much greater when you're really in that mindset. So a little bit of performance feedback for you if you care to go down that road. Some people aren't. Some people are more just the riders that will ride in the parking lot and they get their own, fulfillment just on their own or with a buddy or two, and that's great as well. I think Flatland is great about those different options for you. You can be just a sole rider and just get their own gratification by creating a trick or pulling a trick or making a new combo up or what have you, all on your own, and that's fine. You also might be a rider kind of like myself where you like to be in front of an audience, you like to perform, you like to give out in that way, and then receive from their response. So what else about Framestand? Yeah, I say just jump up into it. It looks a little flashier. And then the foot position, I'm going to get nice and close so we can kind of zoom in on this. So I put my left foot like that. And what I'm doing is I'm locking my shin against my seat. So that's really, and I'm pushing my toe on the frame, on the outside of the right of the frame down. So it's like it's a connection all around from the toe to the shin. So that's like, I probably could do one-footed. I don't know if I've ever tried it, but with that much of a connection, it's very doable to do even a one-footed no-handed. Maybe I'll try that. But then the second foot, so that foot's wedged in on the front. Doesn't really matter if you want to feel more comfortable with your right, but just make sure you're crossing over, shins up against your seat, and you're kind of pushing your toes down on the frame. The other foot, and again, if you have just a single bar, it might feel a little bit, it might not feel as stable as this, but you still can get that locked in feeling. The next one is, this foot's going to come across like so, and I just kind of put it wherever I can on this little crossbar that's here on the behind the seat, and I'm going to put my toe in there, and again I'm going to push my leg. So I'm pressing my toe in and I'm pushing my leg up against the seat. So that's pretty much the positioning. And I'm just curious, no guarantees here, but I'm curious about a one-footed frame stand. In theory, I think it can be done, especially with a platform. So I'm going to jump up. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's a little sketchy. Let's try again. I noticed that when I was used to locking that in, and I just tried it, and I was really pushing my leg against there, without that other foot there, it's going to push the bike over. It would kind of lean the bike over too easy. So I think what I'm going to do on this one-footed, in case you want to indulge yourself and try it, I think I'm going to more just kind of rest that foot on the top, rest it against the seat, but not really push it, not really lock it in like I was talking about earlier. That's a good way to do it when you're using both feet. But for one-footer, I'm just kind of discovering this as we go. Let's see if it worked. It's a theory at this point, based on what the bike felt like when I did it. So yeah, that's a little better. I can do a longer one, I'm sure. So I just wanted to stop and make a point about that. So many of my riding tricks and learning process has been through my mistakes or my feeling the bike shifting this way or that way, and then realizing, well, why don't I go with that? So I encourage that. I encourage you to go with that sense of, oh wait, the bike is tilting, maybe I can try this. That might open up to a new trick, or even just an easier way to pull it, either in or out. And it's one of the beautiful things about the sport. Like there's just an endless possibility and so many different variations. So as I'm trying this one-footed frame stand, I'm realizing, oh wait, I just need to stand on there and feel really stable and straight up. I don't need to like lock it in as much. So let's see if that works better. Okay, so I would say moderate speed. We're just gonna roll up, put your foot on there, take both hands off. Oh, I wanna do a little bit more where I'm just not like extending my arms, kind of claiming it like I talked about before. So let's see. Oh gosh. Oh, I know it doesn't look super like I'm owning it. I'm kind of, let's try one more time. Oh, okay, well that's gonna do it for the one footer. But I hope you like that trick. It's super basic, super easy. It's really fun. I'm gonna end it with this little spinner trick that I love to do because it's so easy and fun, except for my pedal is moving. Never mind, I'm not gonna do that trick. My pedal didn't set. I wanted to end it like this. Okay, thank you for watching. Until next time.